call him and run the numbers by him.
Okay, so he's not secured. He's a possibility.
Yeah, I got a possible buyer. Yeah.
Okay.
There's somebody probably calling right now, like, like, yo, I offer 85.
Okay, I'm gonna have them just look for buyers that we have in our list.
Yeah, I'll try to lock it up for 60, see what they counter at, and then just go from there.
Yeah, get as low as possible still.
Okay.
All right.
So what?
Good job.
Just come in at 50 and see what they counter at, and then go from there.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. I mean, 45 is where that's 50%. So yeah, just say, hey, I don't mean to do this, but I got to do a low ball, and just see where they're at. It just allows you and make it as friendly as possible. Say,
Mhm.
hey, I work for guys, and I've got to do it this way, and I'm so sorry. I hate doing this, and it's a terrible way to do things. But they're looking at that kitchen and they're saying, yeah, we're going to have to do a full remodel. We got to do a bathroom. So that's, expensive, and the yard needs a ton of work. And so, those are all your reasons. And then see what they say.
Mhm. Okay. All right.
All
I'll try
right,
to get
Rob.
this locked up. I'll try to get
Is
this
this
locked up today. I mean,
you
is
think
there?
it's
I mean, before I lock it up at that price, is there anything that I'm not seeing?
no, but is this a duplex?
It's a single family home from my
See that picture
recollection.
up right now? There's a entry, like a major entry
Hold on, I'm
door.
looking at the listing now.
Look at
It might have. You think it used to be a duplex and it got zoned? I mean, it got turned
no
into a
idea.
single family.
Ask him, say, is this a duplex or is this single family? Because that back door, I don't know, but it looks like it's I'm just trying to see. It seems like it's a top and a bottom. Yeah, just
Okay, and
ask
then
him.
yeah, and then Wabash countered at 85, so they came down from 100 to 85. I know that's still way too high, but I didn't even get my GC to. I was just guesstimating that the rehab would be at 60,000
Easily, yeah.
for the one out Rob Wabash.
Sometimes that's just a wait a month kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Norman, like you're Prod by Storm. Who was it? Momentum had one that they ended up calling back like a month and a half later. So, and we're now negotiating again. So that's good. Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't look like a duplex, but it's just kind of set up that way. Plus, I mean, you can say that it needs a ton of like crown molding around the like. See how the roof is all? I mean, the ceiling is all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say
So
there's
crown
major.
molding, the yard, the deck's gonna need some work.
Yeah, there's just some major
Bathroom's gotta get finished.
upgrades. Well, I mean, there's just little things that we got to look at. There's no door frame here for the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah, see, there's that door. It's
That's the
interesting.
upstairs door.
Yeah, that's a door from the outside. So I don't know. That looks like like a little apartment. Yeah, double check with them and see if that's an apartment upstairs. And if so, then all the more reason that you got to do a lot of work to get that up and going. But it will increase the value for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, good one. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I could call him now, actually. I got my phone
Yeah,
right
let's
here.
let's listen in. I'd like to hear it.
I probably should have led with that. Would have saved us some time.
No worries. No, we need to look at it.
Okay, let me collect myself.
Collect yourself. Yeah.
um, all right,
Good.
let's do it. Let me turn my noise suppression off, and then we can get this started.
Thanks, bro.
Is how
You have reached Monica Pagano with Remax Prestige Homes.
Yeah, she didn't answer. You want me to just call? Want me to call it back?
Call right back. Always call 4 times. God darn it, my mouse is oh. My mouse is fighting back right now.
Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm logging into my other email. I called her
No
from
worries.
the wrong Google Voice. She probably would have picked up. Let's see.
You calling back or what's up?
Yeah, I'm calling them back right now.
That's weird.
I was logging into my other Google Voice. My bad.
Well, I'll just leave you up and then just wave to me if she answers and we'll come back to you.
Gotcha.
Okay, bro. What's up, Tice? Okay, Tyson. It's all you.
Hey, big guy, how are you?
There we go. Good. Are you pushed to talk?
I can only hear you half the time, though. I don't know why. You cut out a lot.
Am I cutting out? Let me see if it's on my side. Hang on. Guys in the chat, am I cutting in and out?
I don't know if it's me or not, but I can't hear you at all.
Oh, really? Okay, everybody in the chat says I'm good and you guys can hear me. So double check your what speakers you're listening to. Maybe that's it.
I'll turn my
Can you hear me now? Check, 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 check. Hello, hello.
yeah.
Hello.
There we go. I can hear you.
Okay, good. What's going on?
Well, I have myself a property, but everyone's saying don't touch it because it's foreclosed. Like it's done. You guys do
Yeah,
anything
so-
like we don't do anything with foreclosures, do we?
Reason being, just so you understand what's going on, the bank now owns it.
I can't
and
hear
so
you again. What the heck?
now I'm just faking it. But let's see. I need the break.
Wonder if
Tyson, you're
I'm
back.
like on too many if
Do you have any other programs open?
only on your live stream, not on anyone else's.
Do you have any other programs open on your? Because you sound great.
Yeah,
You're
you guys
good.
can hear me. I
Yep.
can't hear you guys. That's all.
You're a moron. That's why. Oh, you heard that? Nope, didn't hear that.
Are you muted? Do you
Maybe
have
I'll
it
message
muted,
you. Is that
Tyson?
okay?
Message away. That'll be super dynamic. Let's see what he's saying. Yeah, just put it in the chat. Let's see. Well, I'm talking to him like he can hear me, but he can't. Shut down all your other programs and just have Discord be your only. All right. Well, let's see. Okay. Well, let's see what he has to say. Okay, guys. Anybody else? Let's talk. Let's get up here. If you haven't been on stage, if you're feeling anxious about calling, all that kind of stuff, that's what we're working out here. Because, I was thinking about it when I was driving in this morning. There's nobody else that really is going to walk you through the entire process like I will for the price that I do, which is free. So take advantage of this. I mean, I'm here for 2 hours every day just for that reason, because I want to help you guys out and I want to help you get on the phone. Because I remember when I first started, I just wanted somebody to answer my freaking questions, and nobody was there answering my questions. And so I'm hoping that this is a good service for you guys. Tyrell has taken full advantage of it, which I love. And he's been calling properties. He's finding stuff, even though he's in Illinois, which is annoying as crap. But we'll see. We'll see if we can help him out. But yeah, that's the way that we get going on this. Again, I say this all the time. You guys are all here voluntarily. And so if you're sitting by, like I've had people come on and say, yeah, I've been wholesaling for about 2 years now. I'm like, oh, how many calls do you think you made? Well, probably 3. I'm like, what? I want you guys to get on the phone. I want you to get past the fear of calling, past the fear of, oh, I don't know what to say. Once you get on there, you're going to start figuring it out. And so again, it's the analogy is if you read a book on how to swim, you would never swim. But when your dad throws you in the deep end, haven't you never done wholesale? Pat, haven't you never done wholesale deal before? Some of the homo heads was saying that crap about you. There's some truth to it. I end up buying the ones that I like, and so I kind of skipped the step. I've got a whole team that is chasing wholesale deals, but what ends up happening is I end up liking them, and then I end up buying them. So over the last 6 months, I've purchased 5 different properties, and so that's I think that's I know you're a millionaire, of course. You buy and hold. I figure for flip. Yeah, I don't like doing the fix and flips. I really like the turnkey properties. And so, yeah, so there's a little bit truth to it. But I mean, my problem is when I go to like sell a contract or anything, I always end up buying it because I like it. And my goal is to be an investor. And it's so helping you guys getting on the phone is kind of where I'm at. So we'll come up here. Let's talk, Pat. I want to hear what you got to say. It's so much better to talk in person. Also, I mean, we've got what it takes is relationships with buyers to really get good contracts going. And so that takes time. And so you guys, I mean, you really want to as best you can get these relationships going. I mean, I've got AQ. Let's talk AQ. I'm going to bring you up too. AQ just texted me this morning. He's got a Morby method deal in, I want to say Houston. Is that right? Let me look at it. That he just reached out to me Okay, here's Tyson. What Tyson is saying is, yeah, I can't hear you. Not sure why. Anyways, I have a duplex that I'm going after. Realtor is selling it on behalf of the bank, and it's been foreclosed. I called him and asked him the process, how that process goes, which is great. I'm glad you did that, because if you can get an education, even then at least you're pulling something from this. And he said it's like any other property, but when I ask people in the Discord, they say don't touch it because it's been foreclosed. What do you think, big guy? What do you mean, big guy? I don't understand that part. That part doesn't make any sense. So here, Tyson, oh, you can't hear me. You can't hear me. Go out. Okay, I told him to just dump out completely. Hey, Pat, are you there? And AQ, can you come up? I'd like to talk to AQ. AQ sent me a mortgage deal this morning, and I got a buyer for him. So, great. Okay, so what it was? I think it's Houston. So the relationship I've built up with the buyer, I sent it over to him right away this morning when AQ sent it over to me, and he's like, "Yep, I'll do it." And so I think we're good to go. So I just need to move on. So that's one we've done. And let's see, Pat left. Okay, this is a lot of fun, guys. Nobody's coming up on stage, and we're just chilling. So AQ, can you come up on stage or no?
I could make calls. I could.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, no, this is. I mean, I'm more than happy to be here, but if nobody's participating, I'm gonna bail. So, Elena, haven't seen you in a while. I want to see how she's doing. So this will be a good update. Tyson, I'll bring you back up as well. I saw you pop in. Okay.
Good morning, Trent.
Hold on 2 seconds. Let me just see if Tyson can even hear me.
Oh, go ahead.
Tyson,
I can hear you. Yeah.
Hey, that's great. Okay. Elena, give me 2 seconds. Let's just help Tyson real quick.
No problem.
If you have your camera, Tyson, let's bring it up. So the deal with foreclosures, what I love is that you're talking to the bank and you're talking to the realtor and you're trying to figure it out. So I say if you can get an education out of this, get an education out of it. Doesn't mean totally bail on it, because maybe you're going to come up with something that makes more sense now. And you'll be the one that's like, hey, I know how to do foreclosures. Because when you develop a relationship with the bank, that can be invaluable, because you then could be the guy that they come to and say, hey, we did that one deal and it closed and that was all pretty, simple. You want to do another one?
Yeah.
And so that's why I never say emphatically no on those kind of things. I think, yeah, if you've already developed some kind of communication and you're talking to those guys, absolutely, yeah, pursue it and see what's going on. The education is way worth it.
Yeah. Every time I ask him, he's like, no, this is just like a regular other property. I'm like, okay, well, every time I ask in the Discord, they're like, nope, just stay away. It's like, wow, this just seems like it'd be a hell of an opportunity just to stay away from. So
okay, but here's the reason they're saying that is because usually foreclosed properties, since the bank owns them, there's not a whole lot of negotiation that can go on. And so the bank knows what it's worth, they know what they have in it, all that stuff. But break through that barrier, find out what they need out of it. It could be a deal. We don't know. And so
it's dropped quite a bit. So it's like, yeah, okay, even if they agree with what their last listing price was, like it's still down like 30 grand from where I first started talking to them. So that's fine with me.
Well, and the bottom line is that the bank knows all the numbers. They know how much they've been that they made in interest on it. They know exactly what number they need to get to break even or to get
Yeah.
out of it. They don't want to own it. It's a massive expense for them to deal with. The foreclosure process itself is expensive for lawyers and all that stuff. So that those fees and everything are built into the price that they're trying to get. And
Okay.
so, but if you get a really good conversation going with the banker, you might really find out some great info and develop a relationship with them. And then
Mm.
you can say, hey, I belong to a group of 1,000 people. And we can do this all day long. They've got buyers, they've got everything. We can try to help you guys get rid of your problem. We're problem solvers. At its core, we're problem solvers. I lost my job. I can't pay my mortgage anymore. Okay, we'll come in and we'll pay your mortgage. We'll solve your problem. So we're not as much searching for deals as we're searching for problems that we can solve.
Yeah.
And then make money off that. So that's where we're at. So go for it. I think it's a great idea, and let us know what you find out. Educate
for
the rest
sure.
of us.
Well, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job. All right, bro. Take it easy.
You too.
Okay, Elena, what's up?
Well, you know what? It's you guys just basically answered my questions.
Oh, good.
Because I was I had the same question regarding foreclosure, and I was just wanting to ask how do you go about with when it's with the bank? But you just said, I mean, they have their price, they know their price, they know what it's worth, so there isn't much negotiation. So
Usually that's the case, but also, I mean, I'm a huge fan of asking questions. And so if I can get to the banker and say, hey, what can we do to solve your problem? How can we do this?
okay.
Then who knows? Maybe we do have a solution for them.
Yeah, because I'm just like this gentleman that just was on stage. This place is actually a duplex, and it's got so much potential. But as soon as the real estate agent told me it was bank owned, and I was like, darn. I was like, okay, so what do I do here?
Well, and that's what you can ask them. You can ask them, hey, what bank are you dealing with, and who are you dealing with over there? Can I give them a call?
Mm-hmm.
Because that helps the realtor too. I mean, she's going to still get her commission because the bank is going to be paying her. So, yeah, I always say explore. Try to find out what's going on with everything.
Okay, so explore, ask questions.
Absolutely. This is an education. You guys are all here. Everybody in here is here to get some education. Then you'll start getting deals. Then you can start being an investor. Because wholesaling is cool, but that's just the money that you're going to be making so you can start investing. Investing is where you can make real money. That's where rich people get richer, is because they've got a ton of places that they're just sitting and people are paying them money every month, and they're for their houses. So you're just taking on the responsibility of it.
Right. Okay. So basically just find out what the name of the bank, and then just give them a call.
Yeah, just ask the realtor. Say who are you dealing with over at bank, whatever. Yeah, who are you talking to over there? I'd love to just call them and see if there's a way I can provide some help for them solve their problems. And and if she does, if the realtor does that, they still get their commission because they're under contract with the bank.
Right. Yeah, because that's when and correct me if I'm mistaken, but I guess when it's bank owned, the banks have specific realtors that only do bank owned properties.
Potentially that could be true. Yeah.
Okay. So call. Okay. Anything else that you can think of that would, other than calling and talking and just asking them if there's any way I can help?
Yeah, everything else is going to fall into place after you do that.
Okay. So thank you. Yeah, it's just it was crazy how you guys, I mean, just answered pretty much all my questions before I even asked them.
That's how
but thank you.
Things.
Right? Yes, thank you.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Hey, Tyson, I'm going to have you come back up. I want to know the address. Let's look at it real quick because those numbers are insane. I just checked your DM.
Yeah,
those
that's why
numbers.
I was like, I don't really want to leave this one to go.
No, you definitely don't. Let's look at it real quick.
I'll
Because
send
if
it to you here.
anything that's getting $2,500 a month and costing $100,000, that's we don't mind paying their price. That's the other thing. I want to make sure you guys don't get overly negotiating to the point where you're not realizing that maybe their purchase price is a good deal. But I want to see how hammered it is.
So what the guy did was he ran out of money.
Oh, good.
Which is what I mean. A plus for us. The owner ran out of money and he couldn't pay the contractor anymore.
Gotcha.
I have some other pictures too. I'll send you too. Just they're on my phone. Ran out of money. So then he told the contractor, "I can't pay you." So the contractor went back in and he took the copper.
Oh, he was just trying to get. Oh, so he pulled copper out of the whole house. Oh,
That's
it's a tiny house. Okay, there's
well,
no way.
It's long.
Wait,
it looks tiny, but it's long.
Oh, it's really long. Yeah. Okay, I see. But I mean, 2,500 a month. Have you confirmed that?
It's a duplex, so it's a 3-bed one, and then it's a 2 and 2 on the other one.
Yeah. So if they're both going for $1,000 or 1,500 in the grand, I guess that's how they come up to 2,500. I'd be really. Wow. This is Alice is saying 18. Okay, even at 18, I still think it's pretty good. Yeah. What have you offered?
I offered 90.
And what'd they say?
So they'd get back to me.
Okay.
That was this morning. So
yeah, I think you're in a great spot. Let's just see what it looks like at 90. Did you run your numbers through Atlas or are you using the calculator?
I was using the calculator.
Yeah. So did you get about 600 a month in net revenue?
Yeah, I'll go back to mine right now.
Yeah. So it's a solid deal. Like if they're willing to do that. But I'm really, really concerned about this part, the rehab cost. So if all the copper's done, that's that could be 40 grand.
Yeah, I hope not.
To see, we don't know. So I mean, you'd have to get checked, but I mean, we're still cash flowing at 600. First year, 14%. So you're in the ballpark. But I mean, I love the 600 a month. But I'm just really concerned about the condition. That's going to be the main thing. So make extra sure you get 15 business days to inspect.
I will.
Because you're going to bring contractors in there and everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know which copper they took out. If they took out the electrical copper or the copper for the plumbing, but I don't. I'll send
you some pictures because he sent me some extra ones as well. It's just on my phone. That's all.
There's a good possibility that the copper was all electrical. Well, no, if it's that old of a place, it could be plumbing too. But now plumbing, we don't use copper. We use, plastic.
Yeah, so PEX and stuff.
It doesn't have to be.
But yeah, I hope that works out.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's a good idea. Give it a go. Hang on 2 seconds. This real quick. Sorry, just 1 second. My Amazon order is getting switched. Okay. Okay. Yeah, go for it and let's see what happens. Again, it's going to be that's your wobbler is how hammered it is.
Yeah. Just sent you a link there for some extra pictures.
Oh, good. Let me check them out. But those rents are, I would double check those rents too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 701-243. There's a process here.
Yeah, I know. When he sent me that too, I was like, dude, just send me pictures. I don't need a link. But
Well, there's me. Where's the pictures? Link now that I'm open. There we go. Oh yeah, okay. So it's pretty. Oh yeah, so it's a full. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so. Oh yeah, that's pretty rough. Go way lower. There's a
yeah,
lot of rehab to happen here. Yeah. I mean, the beauty is there's some things that have already been done. Like it looks like the windows have been done.
flooring's
But
done. The painting's been done.
yeah, it just, and this is water damage going on here. So you
Okay.
gotta be careful. Because what they'll do is when there's water damage or if there's a fire or something, they'll come in, they'll cut out that much of the drywall just to air out everything.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they were doing a bunch of plumbing. Yeah, I would definitely I'd lowball this more and just see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah, and just say, I apologize for lowball. I sent it to my construction guy, and he said that's probably about $40,000 in work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm just checking the Section 8 right now. It's for a 2-bed, 2-bath, it's $1,240, and then for a 3-bed, 1-bath,
Yeah,
it's
that's true.
$1,580.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh.
there's. I mean, that's 27. So yeah, good deal.
Yeah, got some homework to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it's something where I would throw out an offer and I'd move on to the next one. I really don't want you guys to waste a ton of time on things that are maybes. You know what I mean? So throw it out there. Get the education though. Really like hammer the banker down if you can, and really talk to the banker and find out. Say, hey, how does this work? How, where can I help you? Because I'm a new investor. I've got a team of 1,000 students that are all searching deals. I just want to help. So tell me, is there a place here that I could help you out and make you money? Because the only way to really become rich is to make other people money, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, because that keeps them motivated to calling you. Okay, cool.
I agree. Awesome.
Good stuff. All right, bro.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
All right, Jazz. I haven't seen you in 100 years. Where have you been?
Making calls to main office, man. I always tell you this.
Go to camera?
I got you. Let me put my shirt on. Hold on.
I think so. How's business been? What are you doing? Are you getting deals?
Yeah. I mean, I have that Morbian closing still. I'm just patiently waiting for that one to close. To close in about 2 weeks, because
Good.
it was a short sale, so we're trying to have the lender approve the number that we were at. We started at 190, and we're up to 207 now. So we're just waiting for the lender to approve that short sale, and then we should be able to close.
Great.
So
Good job.
that was the Morby that I had. So yeah, I'm just patiently waiting for that one. And then yeah, I have a couple. I have this. I think I sent it to you, right? I have this 3-pack that's all off market, and I'm just wondering, like, what the ARV actually is, because sometimes these realtors they be lying, and I can't really find comps too much.
Yeah,
So
but did you do that Zillow map just to give yourself a
yeah,
general idea?
I'm doing it right now. Actually, I'm doing it on a property, and I'm just trying to see if I can find a good comp with the same, type of, beds, baths, square footage. I'm literally doing it right now, like for another off market.
Okay.
But I don't know if I guess there's just no supporting comps in the area. So if there is no supporting comps in the area, should I pass on them?
But I mean, you can let's try to find them. I mean, if you know what a good deal is at this point, and so if it's one of those things where the comps have to support it and you can't,
Right.
it's kind of a wobbler, yeah, then move on. But
Yeah.
if it's something where you're like, wow, this is such a great place.
Yeah. I mean, they're low price point homes, so it's not like I'm dealing with these. I'm not dealing with 200K homes. They want 45 for it, 45
Yeah.
for one, 35 for one, 45 for one, and the realtor told me the ARVs are about 85 to 75, and I'm like, all right, I'm do my own comps, but I don't really see the comps that she saw, so I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yep. So send me the address real quick. Did you put it
Yeah,
in
I
my
sent it to you. The 3-pack. They're all off market.
and what is there a city involved in this or just the
Oh, my fault. It's
Mhm.
Montgomery.
It's where?
I be forgetting about that. It's Montgomery.
Why do you keep saying IB? Bro,
You said what?
what'd you just say?
I said I forgot. I said I forgot to add that. Forgot to
No,
have
you said
the
Becky
interest thing.
forget is what you said. I'll
I
be
never said
forget.
that. I said I forgot. I said I forgot to add the addresses.
I was like, that's totally not you. I don't know why I heard that. Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot to add those. I
All right.
always forget to add the at the end. To be honest.
Well, yeah, because you're always in Alabama. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's check Zillow. Let's check it out. Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, when they're off market, I mean, what are you seeing as the comps? What are you deciding comps are?
I mean, I seen the comps that she had, right? But one of the comps was like a year old. So I'm like, all right, you can't use that one.
Okay.
Some of the
But I mean,
comps aren't really comparables. Huh?
in the area, you're 59 to 32 to 48. Your comps are all right here. Those are all pretty solid comps. I mean, I know it's Zestimates, and Zestimates are kind of funny, but when it's consistent like this, I'm fine with it. I don't overanalyze the comps as much as most people will. But
Okay.
you've got a 59-32 and you're in the 48. Like you're right there. What are you offering on this?
Wait, that says it's on market? Oh, is that the one that's next
No,
to
no,
it
no.
that's selling?
Yours is that's the one that's yours. It's not on market, I don't
Shouldn't.
think.
Oh, I see the red, so I thought that meant it was active.
It's
Okay.
off market.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's red was just letting me know which one we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah, I
maybe.
mean,
Oh, here's yours. Sorry, yours is one street over.
right. Okay. So when it comes to that, because I was trying to see, she's gonna send me pictures and stuff like that. So I was wondering, if the rehab is actually how much of a rehab I have to put into it, if that's the actual, if that supports the 85K ARV, but it don't seem like it does.
100% does not. No
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah.
Close.
That's my main thing, because she was like, "Oh, it's
Perfect.
85," and I'm like, you know what I
No,
mean? Let
she's
me
cool.
check that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You,
Let me
you
check
can
that
help her
myself.
out. Say, how is it 85 when right next door is 16,000 and next to that is 13?
Or it's
and
13, right?
You
You know what I'm saying?
like here and say, what?
Yeah, that was
That's
my
what
main thing. Like,
I would
where the hell are
screenshot
these comps at?
send it to her and say, you're out of your mind. 85. Yeah. And then offer her left and
Oh
then move on.
man!
Yeah,
All
if
right.
it's not again, the most important thing is call the realtor. Second most important thing is learn to when to walk away. If it's not
Yeah,
a deal, there's something else, because there's something else out there. I guarantee it.
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I can always go back and negotiate. Like, listen, I'm looking at my own comps. I don't see that. If I was to come in, it's off market. So I guess do investors, do they perceive a different price point when it's off market than on market? If that makes sense.
Not really, because it is what it is. I mean, they don't have to market it as much. They're not spending as much getting it done. But yeah, there's no the price is the price. The comps are the comps. I mean, it's not
Right.
going to change on market, off market. The beauty of
Right.
off market is you're usually dealing with you're not dealing with a realtor. So that's why it's weird that it's off market, but you're dealing with a realtor.
And you know what it is? I have this. She's like my buyer's agent. I don't really have a contract signed with her, but she sends me a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? She sends me a bunch of things. So she sent me this 3-pack all off market. And yeah, it's just really like she sends me stuff and then I do my due diligence and then
Yeah, no, and that's
yeah.
the way it should be. Maybe is she saying that's the price for all three?
What,
That
45?
80,000?
No. Those are because I asked, I was like, if you're gonna send me stuff, I need to know ARV. I need to know what it's rented out for, what it could be rented out for, if it's vacant, da da da. So she sends me all of that stuff. So she sent me the ARVs were 85, 75, 85. She sent me comps, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna look up my own comps because I don't know. I already seen one where she sent me one where it was like it was a year old. I was like, well, we don't comp year old stuff, you know what I mean? It's usually 6 months or less. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna look up my own comps and then come in with a figure. And I need the pictures as well to see how much rehab would cost and all of that as well. So I'm just really looking up my due diligence now. So when she sends me pictures, I can be like, all right, well, 85 is not the ARV. And then I have rehab on top of that, and you know what I mean. So it has to be that price. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
don't be
that's what
afraid
I'm
to
doing.
prove it. Just like, oh, can you show me how you come up? That's it. And then just like, hey,
Right.
that's cool. That's a great, I appreciate
That's your
that's what
comping, but my comping is this.
Yeah.
Right? I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
just
All
if you
right.
can do it in a friendly way, just like, hey, I'm new at this. I'm so dumb. Can you explain how you did that?
Yeah.
That's
All
why
right.
playing
No,
dumb
that was,
is great.
yeah,
People will
that was
give you
really the only question.
All right.
It's the only question. So yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Elena, you want to come back up? Let's see what's up.
Yes, Trent, sorry about that.
No worries.
That was
What's
another
up?
one of my questions is okay, so when the properties are off market, how do you go about finding the numbers? Because I have found some that are off market, but then I'm trying to go on Zillow and then I'm going on Wholesale Atlas, but it doesn't display no contact information for anybody. So how do you find contacts when it's off market?
So Wholesale Atlas is an on-market program. Yeah, that's their API pulls from Zillow and pulls from on-market MLS listings. So if you find something that's off market, then you got to go old school and just go to Zillow. Do you have it? What is the address, or is this just a hypothetical?
No, it's just a question right now. I don't have the property on my
Okay.
and I don't want to waste your time, but it was
Here's
just it was just go ahead.
Yeah, my suggestion is just go with on-market properties for now until you get more seasoned. Make it easy
I
on
gotcha.
yourself.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
make this a little bit harder than it needs to be. Where, I mean, I've showed you guys when you get on Wholesale Atlas, which is absolutely ridiculous for finding leads. and you spend any other time doing anything else besides going to Cleveland, let's say, Cleveland's an excellent area, Baltimore's excellent, and just going here, like I can find you 10 people to call in less than 5 minutes, guaranteed. And so why not just call those? Let's not worry about all the other, but what if, and what if it's on market or off market? You know, it's one of those things. I'm not a guy that goes into the minutia of things. I just do everything I just look at it and I go. So we've got a $55,000 house here that rents for $1388. Guess what my next step is here?
Call.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I've been doing. So I've been staying in Baltimore, like you said. And
Yeah.
I have been calling, but it was just that came up where there was this property and it said off market, and then I was like, oh well, let me look and see if I can find the contact information, and there was none. So that was just the question because
But at that point, what I do at that point, if I see that it's going to be a pain in the butt, I just move on. Unless I know, like, wow, this property could be amazing. I know the rents are $7,000 a month, and I'm only going to pay $100,000 for it. Then I'm going to pursue it. Then I'll pursue it. But look at all these. Like, I think this is 12 different, like 15 different houses that all we have to do is call on them and find out.
Yes.
And the best part of it, when we call, we find other deals.
Right. Okay. Well, that was my question. Thank you again. I just didn't know how to go about that, but it makes total sense. Like you say, if it's a great deal that I can't pass, then maybe figure it out. But if not, just move on forward. Okay. Thank you.
All right, cool. Hang on, I'm going to take this. Something's being funky here, and I don't think I'm going to just send this over to the guys. All right, who else is out there? Do you I'm going to put you back in the audience, Elena. Hey, AQ, can you come up here or no? I've sent you tell me in the chat if you want to jump up. I'd love to talk to you because I got a buyer for your property, and we can. And you were saying it's your first property, and I think you did it. Like this is a solid buyer. We've done stuff with him before. He's really good at all this, and so let's. If you want to jump up here so we can discuss it a little bit more, that'd be great. Okay.
Yeah, real quick, Trent.
Yeah, go for it.
I sent you a property that I made an offer on yesterday. It can rent out for at least $1,300. It's sitting at only $78,900 right now. It's fully rehabbed, and when I was like 50,000, they were just like, no, absolutely. And the realtor was just like, no, absolutely not. So I'm just like, should I even?
Also, this might be one that let's check and see if it cash flows at their asking price too. So you offered what?
I offered 50,000.
And they're asking 78. Let's just see what 70 does, just so we can get rent estimate. Is that correct?
About 1,300. It can rent out for 1,300, but I mean,
yeah, let's call 1,200 just in case.
Yeah.
Let's see if that even does it. Yeah, we have free. Yeah, we're at 27%. Even at 70 grand, we're doing fine. So, yeah, I like to lowball to start getting just to get the rapport going. Yours at 50 would be awesome. Let's see. So 487, 52%. And at 70, it's not that much further off. You know what I mean? So, yeah, don't be afraid to not like totally slap the crap out of them. You can also, come down and just say, okay, and the whole point of a lowball offer is like, okay, well, what do you suggest? Like, what are you saying? And they might be like, well, paying our offer price. And it's like, well, come on, let's negotiate. Tell me where you really need to be.
Yeah,
and they might be,
I was
yeah. So it's just opening up but at 78, this is sellable. We just need them to take it off market. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, like there's properties like this all day long in my market. It's just a matter of people
Illinois, right? Yeah, it's
I
Illinois.
mean,
The biggest problem, they're all over the place. What you need to do is put all your effort into finding a buyer in Illinois, or finding 12 or 15 buyers in Illinois, and then just say, "Hey, John, I got this one. What do you think?" And he's like, "Great, I'm a buyer. I'll do it." So that's the key for Illinois. You love Illinois. Get out of Illinois, because you can't wholesale it. You just can't.
Yeah.
Because we can't do any advertising at all. You have to have a buyer first.
Mm.
You're so funny. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing it. It makes me really want to. I'm gonna talk to my team again real quick.
Because I feel like when I just jump into other markets, it's like no wholesalers, or like they find out I'm a wholesaler instantly, and I'm like, I'm just really comfortable with this market. I don't know. I mean, I do live here after all.
But there's something to be said for if we find the buyers there first. Nobody else is here, and so you're kind of on an island. Okay, because I've got Investor Lift, so I'm going to check there and see if there's anybody there. All right, what else we got going on? Anybody else? Elena, again, what's going on? She's got more questions. Coming back up, Elena.
Okay, so I did find that property that's off market. You want to check it out?
Sure.
Okay, it's 1704 East 29th Street, Baltimore. And I was looking at the other properties there, and they're like, they sell for like half the price more than what it's going for.
Half the price more. What the hell does that mean? It's half the price more.
You gotta think I'm Mexican, okay? And my Spanglish is backwards, okay?
Half the price more. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. So they're asking 48 for this. Do we know at all what it rents for?
It's Zillow says that rent is $17.83.
$17.83.
Yeah, that's what Zillow says.
Okay, so that's delicious. Let's see what the comps are. So in the area, I mean, you're looking anywhere from 100 to 48.
Yeah. Yep, that's what I was saying. Like that's what I looked at. All the homes that have been sold around there, the cheapest one that I see that was sold there was for 80.
Okay. Yeah, and what's your offer on
this? For this one, well, first of all, I didn't have no contact information, so there was no I couldn't offer. But I mean, I was going to ask you, what do you suggest? But I mean, I would have to get some information on how to contact the person, because I have no contact information.
What's wrong with this guy, Aldo Figueroa?
Oh, let me see. On mine it doesn't have that. I don't have that. I don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, because there's no contact.
So that's another little secret, is like, go to the one next door. and see who the realtor is for that, and they'll probably know the realtor on the. But it's off market, so it's probably
Yes.
this is when you have to skip trace, and so you can do a. Let's just see if we can just pull it up by. Did you check realtor.com too? Is that it?
Mm-mm. No.
Am I on the wrong?
No, it's still right. It's still right. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? 1704 East 29th, Baltimore?
Yes. Yes. East 29th Street, Baltimore. Yes.
Okay. So.
Oh, you know what it is? Yes. Yes.
They're saying sold.
Oh, it's saying sold?
Yeah, that could be the reason.
Oh, okay. So then I guess
I do in those situations is I just throw it into Google and look at, because Redfin, Realtor, and Zillow will all come up.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it might be sold, but then I can also go into PropStream. And if it was sold recently, then yeah, I go through 3 steps too many. I get out of it. I just move on to the ones that are easy. And
okay.
it's purely because I'm not focused. I don't want to spend time on. If I can call 10, I can probably call and get a hold of 10 realtors in less than an hour. And
right.
And I'd talk to people then research. And so
okay.
Let's check this, and we'll see when it was last. Because what happens here, and this is kind of a funny thing, is we feel like we're working hard, and so we can justify our existence.
You're so right. I'm putting on all this work.
Yeah, when you're telling everybody at home, like, oh, today was rough.
I'm exhausted.
I was working so hard. It's like, no, you weren't. You were just spinning your wheels. Stop spinning.
And spending time.
So the owner is a development company. Let's move away from this one. It's going to be a huge pain in the butt.
Okay. All right.
Yep. That's what I say. But
okay.
yeah, God, quit doing that to yourself. I mean, the only reason I know this is because I do it.
Got
so,
it.
Yeah, because you want to justify the fact that this last hour has been brutal. But has it? Probably not.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, keep on using that lead gen in that lead gen is going to make life easy.
And stay off. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
All righty, buddy. See ya. Okay. Mr. Saint.
Hey.
What do you got cooking?
I actually just had a question for you. You kind of just answered the last one with the developer situation. Like, so I found a couple of land properties that I thought might be a deal, and the property adjacent to the land was just built. The property that's adjacent to the land that I was researching, and it was done by a developer. Right.
Is that the one that's near that church? Is that
no. This is another. So my question to you was, do I just lock down the land and then contact the developer? Like, hey, I got this land I know you just built in the last 3 years on this property.
Do you know about that?
Huh?
Do you think he doesn't know about the land that's right next door to his development? Do you think he has no idea that land's existing?
I think that he knows about it, but he probably didn't get it at price that he wanted, and I'm locking it down at a better price and then offering to him or developers within the area. You know what I mean? Not necessarily the one that just built, but people that have built within the area. What do you think about that strategy? So my next question was, I'm looking for a way to get buyers, proven method, or just this to acquire more buyers. And two that I'm looking heavily at are developers and people that are putting their property for rent on, Facebook, Zillow. Out here it's called Smart Easy. So on different applications where they're putting their property for rent, and I'm reaching out to the owner saying, "Hey, like to sell?" You know what I mean? Is that okay, or like, is there another better method? Like, what is the
better
proven
method
method?
is right here. I mean, you're chasing deals that are really obvious and that people want to sell. You've got a lot of what ifs on. First of all, any developer that's worth their salt knows that what's going on 2 miles around the entire part of his development. So you're not gonna outsmart a developer because that's his whole life. We're just doing this as a, hey, this might work. So my feeling there is that you're undereducated for what you're wanting to do. I love the idea of going to buyers first. Go to the buyer and say, hey, are you looking for land in this area? They're like, oh yeah, we don't know how to use a computer, so yeah, we really need your help to find land. You know what I'm saying? Find a buyer. If you can find a buyer that says, hey, Saint, I'm looking for something in Baltimore at 21216 zip code that cash flows $300 a month. Well, then I can start going through these and try to find those things. I'm
But how to acquire buyers? My number one question: how to acquire those guys? How do you find them? I mean, on here is just, I'm talking agents.
Facebook's a great place to go, like Facebook, and just look for investors and find investors in the areas that and just talk to them and just say, hey, I've got, and always use this format. We're 1,000 people in here. I know there's only 25 right now, but we've got a group of 1,000 people that we can message out to and say, hey, I've got a buyer in Cleveland or in Baltimore, and he's looking for this, and this. And you'd be shocked at how many people, and especially over in Hold My Hand Wholesale too, somebody's going to pop up and say, oh, I know a property, let's do it. Finding the buyer first, and it's Wholesale Atlas is calling it reverse wholesaling. And I think it's a great idea. I think that's the way to go. If you have a buyer and you just spend your day looking for stuff for that buyer, then you're golden. But that's going to be a lot of phone calls. It's going to be a lot of phone calls, a lot of rapport, building up buyers' confidence in you. But once you do a couple deals, you're their guy, and that's going to keep you going for a long time. So I think it's a great idea. I'm just saying, don't do it from the standpoint of, hey, I'm going to lock in this land next door to your development. There's no way anybody that is doing a development hasn't looked at the land next door.
Yeah. I only reference that because,
No, I know.
My boy, he just locked down a land deal and a developer took it off of his hands, and he was doing something literally half a mile down the road down. And, he locked it up for $20K. And I was just like, $20K? He was like, yeah, wholesaling is cool, but you're not making 20, 30, 50K off of one deal 99% of the time. And he goes, with land, you are making that 99% of the time. So
if you have somebody that is proved it, absolutely. If you have somebody that's already proved it to you, 100% don't listen to me, because they've already found the formula. I don't know that formula. And I would assume that a developer, you're now saying a half a mile away, which is a different deal. If right next door is not going to happen, but half a mile away,
right. Like, not well for me, I'm saying, I was just saying, like, figure of speech, like, but I'm saying I was bringing it up to you because I didn't want to ask him you know what I mean, the nitty gritty for more information, and it's like sell you a course, all this extra shit. So for me, I was just like, let me just go to Trent, see his thoughts on it, and then I can, you know, proceed and move forward. Because what we're doing right now, like what we've done in the past, just recently with Oklahoma, is we got on the phone for probably about 45 minutes to an hour before we noticed that this guy had a buy box. You know, if I'm cranking out phone calls, within that hour, like you said, I could have cranked out like 10 or 15 phone calls, had 5 or 6 contracts. You know what I mean? Within that hour span. So like, I just feel like it's not a complete waste of time, but it's an absorbent amount of time that I'm kind of using when there could be a faster method. And I was hoping that you knew that faster method in inquiring more buyers.
Here, I'll show you the faster method, and it's expensive. So, and I'm willing to, if you want to partner with me, I'm willing to let you have access to it. Why is that not working? Here's something like I'll tell you what, and anybody can tell me if you have an area that you want to work. I can show you all these blue dots right here, and this is these are all buyers and what they've purchased in this area. And so I can go on to any address and find buyers that do. So your concept is dead on. And that's what these guys have done over at InvestorLift. Is you can go in here and find out, okay, there's 2 buyers here, and then you come down and you can see all their information. These are the guys that are the buyers. And so yeah, what you're suggesting exists, and it's called InvestorLift.
InvestorLift. Okay.
I
heard
paid
of
15.
it. I was just about to say it's like 20K.
Yeah, that's what I pay per year. It's about 25K. So, but you know, I'm more than happy to get you in there, and you can poke around. If you can make me money using it and make yourself money, why wouldn't I let you do it? I'll let you do it. No problem. I've got room for users, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll call all day.
Yeah, I can throw a couple more users in here, no problem.
Okay, so it's just a matter of building a relationship with the buyer and then getting their buy box and then facilitating their buy box.
Exactly. But it's that relationship that matters the most.
100%.
Makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to add you to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down.
Okay, cool. Let's talk offline. Just send me a and the reason I'm doing this for you, Saint, is because you've proved yourself as showing up all the time. You're chasing. I know how you are, and so I'm more than happy to help you out in that regard.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
That's
Trent.
gonna help me too. Like,
yeah,
honestly.
absolutely.
Yeah. You're a grinder and a half, and you've proved it. So yeah, let me help you out.
All right. Thank you. Hopping off.
Bro. Yeah, and send me a DM right now, and send it to Maryland too, so we remember to get you on it, and then you can poke around and learn how to use it.
Copy that.
Okay.
All right.
Later. Hang on 2 seconds, guys. I got somebody at my door. Somebody at my door. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. All right, who else is out here? Hey, Prod, I'm Tyrell. Did you get a hold of that realtor or no? I just called you up. And AQ, I see you're here, but you're just not responding to me. What's the deal? Let me send you a message. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Marilyn, let's get all of Saint's info and get him on Investor Lift with us, and he can help us out too. All right. Tyrell, did you have something else you wanted to say? You're on mute if so. But guys, what's holding you guys back from coming up on stage and chatting with me? I'd love to know what you guys have going on, what's on your mind, what you need help with, all that kind of stuff. Because if we don't get the interaction, then I'm just going to bail, and I've got a ton of work I can do for myself. So I'll give anybody that wants to come up on stage or any questions, if you want to ask it in the chat. I'm not sure. Some days we have really good live streams where everybody's really involved, and then there's some days it's like this where everybody's just kind of tired. So if you want to come, my day job, I get it. What's up, Tyro?
Oh, I was just gonna say, what should I do? You want to just JV on the one on Locust that I sent you, and then I try to find a buyer.
I can, yeah. So here's my JV is 30-30. Like we split 30%, 30%, and then whoever finds a buyer gets 40%. So yeah, absolutely, we'll help you out.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet.
All right.
I just need to know how much to lock it up at. Just as low as I can get it. I mean, because the cash flows.
The deal. I mean, you want to go, yeah, but I mean, didn't we feel like the even their asking price still cash flowed, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, just start lowball them, but be apologetic and be flexible and be like, come up 10 grand, because we had a ton of room. You were going to lowball at 50.
Yeah.
And they have it at 90.
Yes. No, 78.9.
78, and we could go to 70, no problem. So yeah,
so they just have meet me in the middle type of thing.
Play the game. And so do the math when you're doing that kind of meet me in the middle thing. Like go right to where you want to be, and go and make it so the math works out that it does meet you in the middle.
Yeah, because I mean,
but yeah, go ahead and do a low ball, get it in there, and then say, I do not want to offend you. What do you think is going to be the number that works for them, so you can get paid and so I can get the property?
Yeah.
And they'll help. They'll always tell you. It's so funny. I mean, I've done it forever.
Because it sounded like she didn't even want to work with me when I said 50K. Because I said 50K.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't. No, but really think about it. Like if I came in and you said you want to sell your car that is worth $10,000, and I say, oh, I'll give you 3. You're like, well, get out of here. But if you say, hey, I'm in a situation where all I have is $3,000 right now, and I could potentially maybe try to get some more money. Could you go 3,000? And they'll be like, you'd be like, well, what's your situation? You're interested.
Gotcha.
And so go that route and just be like, I've got a lender, and I could switch lenders maybe, and try to make it so there's a reason for them to work with you. But if you just come in and say 50K, and they go, no, and you go, okay, bye. It just doesn't. You got to build a story, and apologize.
Yeah, my finesse game is so bad.
But massively apologize when you're going to lowball somebody.
Yeah.
Say, I'm really sorry. It's out of my hands. I'm trying to make this work. Then that turns into you and the realtor against the lender. It's how Anson, that 12-year-old, was killing it. He kept blaming everything on his lender.
That's so smart.
But you can also say, I've got a line in another lender. I'm going to try with that one because maybe they'll be a little bit better. And then come back and say, hey, I got this one up to 60. Would that work for you guys? Do you see how it's different than you just beating them up on their price? Now it turns into a challenge. It's a challenge of how can we get this the right lender to get this done instead of I'm coming in and lowballing. They forget the fact that you're talking about money too, which is great. You're just talking about trying to qualify.
So I'd be like, hey, you know, I was at 50K, but I talked with my lender, I could actually come up to 60. Would that get it done?
I found a new lender. This lender said no at 50. I mean, he was the one that said 50, and blame it on the lender. So I've got a new lender, and he said he could do 60. Is that something you guys can do? Oh no, we can't do. And the realtor will always say, no, we've had an offer at 69, and we said no to that. And so you're like, great, the number's 70. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. Come up ever so incrementally.
Yeah, and then you say, well, let me check. I've got one more lender. If I were to come in at 70, is that where you want to be? Because you said no to 69. And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. Boom, you know where you're at.
Okay, cool.
It's being clever. Just stay clever in this whole process.
Yeah, because my finesse is like not very, because I'm very like direct. I like to be very like, I'm like a straight shooter.
Nope, be dumb and blame it on somebody else. Like these are all negotiation tactics. If you've ever been to a used car lot, holy crap, the stuff you can learn from those guys. Go in and try to buy a car and listen to how they do everything. What they'll do is they'll set you down in their office and then they'll walk away for about 20 minutes. And they'll say, I'm talking to my manager. What they're doing is they're frustrating you. And they're getting you into a mindset where you just want to get it done. And it's all on purpose. And so you've got to be smart about these negotiations. You've got to that's why I want to get rapport. That's why I want to know what the deal is. I don't get rapport by saying, hey, I really like you. Let's be friends. You know, it's nothing hardcore about it.
Yeah.
It's all like, oh, wait, I heard your dog. What kind of dog is that? Oh, that's so cool. I mean, I told you I have a lender who was talking to me about his dog for about a half hour, 45 minutes. And we got to be really good friends because of it.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, like 2 days later, one of them died. And then we were on the phone again and we chatted about it. And he was, he was feeling really lonely and he was feeling sad. But now I've got a lender he and I are friends, and it's totally legit. It's not a fake friendship. I lean on him for questions. I went and looked at a property in San Diego for him. It's building that rapport and building that trust with people. It's a slow process, and you got to do it.
Yeah. Rapport building is what I need to work on. I'll get on that.
Bro, it's everything. It's everything. It was everything for my television production company too. Once I had producers and people who did the hiring love me, I was good because they're like, I was solving a problem. They needed something done, and I was the guy that could get it done. And it was because we were friends. We were friends the entire time.
Gotcha. Well, let me get on the phone with this lender, and I'll call you. I mean, I'll be back here in probably about 20 minutes.
Okay, cool. Let me know what happens. Okay.
Sure.
Later. All right, Thomas, I'm bringing you up. There you go. Nice llama. You're hugging a llama. That's hilarious.
There we go. How do I get my camera up? I'm still a bit new to.
Perfect. Go down.
PropStream.
So if you put your cursor over the pictures, another submenu comes down below, and it says like it will show you a microphone and then a camera icon. Just click on that.
Okay.
But we could stare at your llama all day long.
Yeah, thanks. I'm on my mobile. I'm on my phone, so there we go. I see it.
We'll just deal with. Oh, there we go. You did it.
Oh,
well, the mustache beats. Nice job.
Thanks. I'm just in Walmart right now, waiting on an oil change. So,
okay.
Yeah, I've just been watching your lives and enjoying them. on
Oh, good.
TikTok and joined the Discord just recently. And
Excellent. Thanks for.
yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Where are you?
I
Where are
know.
you at in your wholesaling journey? What are you doing? How you doing?
I have made a handful of calls, and I also do some door-to-door sales. I've done that for like years. So I'm like, gosh, if I can do door-to-door sales, like I could get into real estate for
You can do
sure.
it.
Like it's gotta be,
Door is brutal. If you can do that,
I've done it for years, like solar, insulation, and now fiber. And I'm out working like fiber internet sales, and I know like I run across houses all the time. I pulled a list of like pre foreclosure stuff that you get from the county. It's like in the city I'm in, it's like 56. So like I want to definitely work the real estate stuff, but land is what I know you don't do as much with. But my one question I wanted to ask about Wholesale Atlas is, does it work on land as far as like pulling lists, like sending offers? Like, does it work as well for like, because I'm most interested in getting Wholesale Atlas. I'm back in a place where I can start putting some money into some software and stuff. So yeah, I was just curious on.
Let me check a piece of land and I'll just see if it even comes up. Is it 20? It's either 2220 or 20. I haven't looked up land yet. There it is. 2220. Let's see. So this is land I own, so that's why I knew the address. Let me just see if this comes up. No. Yeah, it's not really for land. That's even, and yeah, no, it doesn't pull up land.
Yeah.
But again, why land? What's the draw?
I guess probably because I'm in Jack Bosch's course for the land biz, and he's sold me pretty well on it working as a strategy. It's just a different strategy. It seems like there's a couple dozen different strategies that are like, if you just put in the work and do the calls and get in front of people, find out their motivation and just send the offer. And that's probably where I got stuck the most, is like, gosh, I'm just uncertain on sending an actual offer because I don't have a buyer's list, or that I'm like, oh, maybe try reverse wholesaling, and you hear from one person saying, yeah, no, find the buyer first, and other people saying, no, get the deal first. Like if you get the deal, you won't have an issue finding a good buyer if you get a good deal. So
right,
I know I just need to start sending actual offers out, either land or real estate or house. I mean, house, land or houses.
Well, and quite honestly, I mean, like what I love about Wholesale Atlas is it gets you on the phone, and I've said it a million times to everybody.
Yeah.
But when you go into lead generation, whatever the place is, you're getting on the phone with the realtors, and you're starting to find out what people's problems are. And so, if you talk to 10 realtors, and 3 of them tell you about a divorce sale that you know of, like you get that rapport, you get all that stuff going.
Yeah.
That's the most important part of this whole business. I don't really care about the calculations and all that stuff. I can do that after I build rapport with somebody. But getting on Wholesale Atlas and being able to see that the prices, like what I'm doing right now, is so simple. And so I feel like everybody's having a hard time because they've made it difficult. And so
yeah. I think Wholesale Atlas looks the simplest to make it easy peasy, because as far as sales goes, like the simpler you can make it,
then you'll do it.
The less, you'll do it. Like if the process is hard, then it's like, oh my gosh, and maybe that's the barrier to entry with it. But I don't mind the first call. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like working out. I mean, if working out's fun, you're going to go. And so if you're going to go play pickleball or volleyball or whatever, where you're doing something and it's fun, you forget that you're exercising.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I want your mindset to be here. Because with Atlas, I mean, I'm looking at places that are 57,000 that are renting for $1,200 a month. Well, heck yeah, I'm going to call on that. Like, these are all just simple ways to make it simple to call on these places, and that's
Could I
why.
actually give you an
What's
address
that?
to look up in
Yeah, absolutely.
I would be totally curious to see what it says because I've tried to work with a realtor on this one. It's do you want me to copy it and send it in,
Or just say it.
or just tell it? It's 6558 North Albert Lane, Idaho Falls.
Got it.
It's on the MLS. It's been listed for a while. I've messaged the realtor. I've called her. I've texted her. She's open to something creative, like a mortgage takeover.
Okay.
I know the seller has only been there for a couple years, so I don't think they've got a good interest rate on it. But they're not.
They have a good. They have a 3.1.
Do they? Because she hasn't told me that. I've asked her. That's where I've got the hang up. Is just like I've tried to find out more information. And I'm like, this seems like it'd be a great deal because they're looking to lose money on the sale. Like it looks like one of those where I'm like, well, just give me the details on what their mortgage is, and I'm happy to help explore this as an option.
Yeah, let me double check the. Let me check PropStream too. I do both. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's the more info, the better. I like to. I really like Wholesale Atlas for the ease, and then I like
PropStream for the details.
Well, yeah, just I mean, see how many properties they own. I can see a bunch of other stuff. And why is it not liking me? Too many failed attempts. Okay, well, maybe I won't be telling.
That's okay.
I have 2 accounts.
Yeah. Gosh, if they've got a stellar interest rate, I mean, I could just go knock on their door and say, "Hey, you've had this listed for a while. Like, I think they're their time's almost up with the realtor, but I think the realtor is family."
Oh, okay.
So I think she's she's in on it, but
this is pretty legit because they bought it in. Oh, they bought it in June. Oh no, that's price change. Sorry, they bought it in 2021. They paid.
Yeah, I don't know if that's updated because I think it's 2023 is when the new people bought it and moved in, but I don't know.
So this might not be the right loan, but the loan that Wholesale's showing is that they owe 260 basically. They're asking 315. In these situations, I offer nothing to take over the mortgage. I'm like, hey, I'll come in and just take it over for you. Their PITI is probably in the $1,500, $1,200. So they're paying $1,300 a month. And if they're over it, I mean, it is empty. They might not even be living there.
Yeah, I know somebody's definitely living there. So
okay, so they're renting it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good. And wow, you got a whole ADU there that's a garage, it looks like. But yeah, it's a situation where I just totally come in and say, hey, I'm more than happy to come in and just take over the responsibility of your loan. And it's worked successfully.
Yeah, I pitched it, and then I know I could clean it up as far as like helping them feel reassured, because at the first time I pitched it, I didn't know how to answer like how do they get qualified for a new loan, like if the mortgage is still in their name. I didn't have a good like confident answer for them, and that kind of got me hung up with the realtor a little bit. And then she just hasn't been the most responsive. So like, I know I could be a bit more persistent on it, because I think if I can find out some more details, but yeah, I'm not sure on
even at that price, it's not going to work. It doesn't rent very well. So
the
rent estimate $1,500. Here's your numbers. So even if we go in, down payment's $1. We have to put something in just for the numbers. So we'd be taking over the loan at 257, right?
Yeah.
It's not very good. We're negative cash flow of
negative
$140. Yeah, just walk away from it. It's not.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not,
good.
The only way this
Easy.
is a
And maybe
deal,
that's why it's not moving really. So the only way I think it
100%.
could be a deal is I'd have some people in town that are looking to become homeowners and put like a owner in it that's not planning to rent, not as an investment as the, but then it'd be tough to get any assignment fee on it, I think, because
Yeah,
they're also buddies I know. So
we call that a retail buyer. And even, it's just everything's not good on this.
yeah.
The rent is just terrible. And so, you need a retail buyer. You need it would be a cash offer of like, I would offer 315. I'd offer like 160. Even then, that doesn't like it.
Really? Yeah, I need to get Wholesale Atlas. I just need to go through your link and just get it because it's going to be. Yeah, I mean, I've got some buddies that are doing insurance calls right now. They're doing like 50 to 100 calls a day insurance. And I'm like, goodness, if you're doing that many calls for insurance, like you do that many calls a day with this, like it's going to work. There's no way you're not going to be successful.
Is Idaho your area? Is that where you live?
Idaho's my area, but I'm open to work wherever.
Well, and Idaho actually has some pretty good. I'm a hoe.
Yeah, I've got a few realtors that I'm working with too that are sending me some leads, and so I think this is just where I've got a local number. I'm not paying for like a dialer.
But the rents there are pretty good from what I remember. Are you in Idaho Falls or where are you?
Yeah,
in Boise.
Yep, I'm in Idaho Falls. Yeah.
Okay, so here's Boise. Boise's going to be a little bit. There are no nicer people that I've found in the world. I've traveled everywhere. Boise and anywhere in Idaho, everybody's so nice.
Yeah. We've got homegrown potatoes here, so a lot of spuds and maybe something in the potatoes that makes us docile.
I kind of want to punch every single one of them. They're so nice. You're in Idaho. You're in Idaho Falls, right?
Yeah, but I can work. I could work Boise. I'm actually the fiber company I'm working for is sending me out there too.
To where? To Boise.
To Boise to work. Yeah, the Boise area. So, and I've got a cousin who does building like large subdivisions, and he's a buyer for me if I can meet his buy box, but he's looking for land as well.
Well, yeah, that's the best thing you could ever ask for. I mean, because I've got family that they're buyers for mobile home parks, but their buy box is it's got to be 250 pads. They don't want the homes; they just want pads. And as long as it cash flows 1.5 million a year, they'll buy it. So it's like, oh, well, that's simple. It's a lot of money and it's all that stuff, but they're not afraid of spending 57 million or 70 million on a place cash flows. So, but here's Idaho. Your rents are pretty rough. I mean, they're a little bit low for the 1% rule. And do you understand the 1% rule? Have you been told that?
Yes. Yet? Yeah, I've been watching. Yeah.
So
rents being 1% of the cost of the house.
Yeah. This one's kind of interesting just from the standpoint of I see two doors. And so I don't know if it's a shared wall and you're buying just one side of it. But if there's two units and they're both 3-bed, 3 baths, but I think that's, it looks like you share it. It's probably like this is, 742. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's probably, but again, I mean, Cleveland, Baltimore, you go after all those places, there's just so much. And so it's so easy to take those.
Gotcha. There was one I went and met with the realtor at. He was showing me a fix and flip. And somebody else came in, no inspection, all cash at their price. And I'm like, I don't know how they're making that work here. And I drive past it and they're gutting it. They're like already working on it. But I was like, I can't beat that. Like no inspection, like all cash offer. I was like, whoever's doing this, I need to find out who that buyer is. If I can find fix and flips.
In those situations, I stop and I'm like, hey, who did any of you guys buy this? I just go up and talk to them.
Yeah. I'm planning to go contact the people that are refurbishing it and be like, who bought this? Like, they look like they're doing a great job. Like,
Well, they
cool.
probably
They're
only can.
doing. Yeah. Are they buying more?
Yeah, I got a friend in Mesa, Arizona, that they have 6 trucks that are filled with the same flooring, the same carpeting, the same everything, same fixtures. They buy them in bulk, and then they buy houses and they put those fixtures in there, and it's cheap and it's
Wow.
nice and simple, and it's there's a million ways to do it for sure. But yeah, Atlas
But
is
so
going to
far,
help
what
you.
you're seeing on Wholesale Atlas is Idaho Falls is not maybe the most ideal place, unless you
Nope.
can use that as leverage to say, hey, yeah, this is just doesn't work, and then you come in at a price that works.
Yeah,
But it looks like you'd have to come in pretty heavy.
yeah. I mean, like this one's close, 285. The rents are 2,200. You can cash flow if you gave them, but that's a 50% offer, cash, and then you
Wow.
cash. But it's still only 16% at 50%. Yeah, it's a rough area. So
Yeah.
and
I know housing blew up here because everybody wanted to move to Idaho
yeah, I
the
went
last few years.
for 4th of July. I went to Bear Lake, and that was it
Really?
was nice. I just It
Really?
was
Yeah, that's great. If you get to Idaho Falls, they do the best fireworks show west of the Mississippi.
oh, no kidding.
It's Melaleuca, the Frank Vandersloot. He's like
Yeah.
the richest guy in Idaho. He pays for the fireworks show called the Freedom Festival. And yeah, hands down, like the best fireworks show west of the Mississippi is what they claim. But yeah, and I grew up
believe
here.
it.
So like, yeah, it's
The
fun.
one
So
that
maybe next 4th, come
the
out and
best
I'll
one,
take you to.
the best one on the Mississippi, believe it or not, is during Derby days in Kentucky. They have
Wow.
2 bridges, and they do, I think it's like 250,000 concussions each bridge, and they replicate, and so it's mirroring exactly the same like fireworks shows. So they do basically 2 huge fireworks shows over the river. It's
With the
pretty
water,
sick.
that's got to look so cool.
Oh yeah, no, the reflection's insane.
That's
So
awesome. Well, they
okay.
messaged me. My car's done.
Well, go get it. All right.
Yeah, I
Good stuff.
appreciate you, Trent,
You
and
bet.
thanks for having me up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
I'm
sure
excited.
if you signed up for Wholesale Atlas, use my link and then my promo code Trent. It will give you 25% off the first month. And so
Okay, cool.
Marilyn will send that to you in your DMs, so you have that.
Okay, great. Yeah, I will sign up through yours. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks so
Yep.
much. Take it
See
easy.
ya.
Later. All right, guys. Who else is here? What else we got? Nobody else. Oh, yeah. Proud by Storm still got his hand up. Let's see. Are you? Did you get your realtor?
Yeah. So it's a hedge fund. So she said that the highest I can come in at, since they just did a price cut, is 70, and she'll present it.
Boom. That's where we want to be. Perfect. Let's do it. Because that's still let me see the address. I've got to
it's the Locust one.
Let me bring it back up and make sure that we're still on the same page. Hang on. Yeah, I think we're fine, right?
Because she's like, you're not understanding. Like, this is a hedge fund. Like, you're trying to lowball. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck I'm lowballing. Excuse my language.
Well, and the answer to that is, well, they need to move stuff too. So we're just, we're all working together. Yeah. What can I do to make it work? And she gave you the number. So she said 70. She said 70 is what they want, right?
She said she'll present it at 70. Yeah.
Okay, and she won't present 68.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I
said 60 because I said, okay, can we do? So what if we did 65? Because I came in at, I said, I lowballed you at 50. I talked to my other lender. They can meet me at 60. And she's like, well, we just did a price cut. And I'm like, fuck, okay.
So
and it supposedly it has $120,000 worth of equity.
How is that possible?
That's what she said. That's what she said.
That's what she said. She thinks the place is worth $200,000.
120.
Well, you're saying 120 in equity. So you'd have to add.
Oh. Well, then that just shows you how much I know, then.
No, absolutely does. It definitely shows how much you know. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, this is never. I mean, it's cool. I mean, they started 115. They know it's not worth much. So, hey, if they're willing to take 70, I think we're good. Let's not. If you want to play with them, you can. What are our rents? Did we?
Oh, I'll come in at 68. At least 30. We said 1,200 at least. But I mean,
12. Let me just double check. Yeah, we're cash flowing, so it's great. 27%. We could even put a let's see, for $2,000. Yeah, $2,000 assignment fee doesn't kill us at all. It still makes it very sellable. That's the whole deal. Yeah, go for it. You can play with her and do 68, but the difference is nothing really. 27% at 68. Let's see.
Get a higher assignment fee at that point, eh?
No, not really. Well, potentially, but not really. Yeah, I mean, we're looking it's minimal, the difference. So just if she said she'll do it, then have her do it.
Have her do it at 70. That's totally fine with me.
Do it. And make her like really tell her that she beat you down. Like, you know what? I talked to my lender and he said, 68, but I told him it's got to be 70. And see what she says. Maybe she'll be like, okay, you know what? I will do 68. But if you come in and say 68, but just say, I'll borrow $2,000 from my mom or whatever. Like make it into something. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's
a little bit more of a story on your side. But tell her you'll come in at 70. Like go ahead and offer it at 70. I think it's great.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Yeah. Do you wanna JV with me on this, and I can?
The bad news though is we've got to get a buyer in Illinois first, because we can't market this. I'll help you with it, but it's marketing it. Have you sold anything in Illinois yet?
I have not. I'm still trying to get.
So you get one. So as long as you put your name on everything, you get one. So this could be your one.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll JV with you guys. No problem. Always want to help out.
Okay. Cool. I will go ahead and submit that.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Thanks so much, Trent.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's see where we're at here. Anybody? Okay. Nobody's got their hand up. I'm just going to call it. We started a little bit early, so we're going to end a little bit early. Guys, you gotta come up. You gotta get involved. This is not a business for you if you're not willing to like put yourself out there. Honestly, don't waste your time with it. If that's the case, if you're not obsessed, if you're not doing 10 hours a day of calling, find something else. I don't want you guys wasting your time. It's silly. I mean, I like it because these are high ticket items that we're selling. We're not selling, a knife or an alarm clock or something on TikTok. These are big numbers, and we can make a nice living selling these things. But if you're not into it, then don't kill yourself. Don't waste your time on it. Okay, that's my advice. All right, I am done.